Nerdrotic.com.
Hollywood transitioning out of Hollywood.
Yeah, dude, it's bad. It's bad.
It's bad when we get another. I don't know if you were watching yesterday, Chris. I'm like, this is the third article this year we've gotten, maybe from the same site, that says Hollywood is turning into Detroit. It's like, it's really. I seem to recall some people saying this 5 fucking years ago.
Yeah, dude, it's. I mean, I got stuff to show, but I'm sure you have the same stuff. That article in Variety, and everyone's pissed off because, like, there was a mayoral candidate that was saying all of this, and now it's okay to say it's such Who
was that mayor? Well, the votes are still being counted, Chris. So I don't know. The votes for a fucking mayoral election in LA. Like, entire states count their fucking votes faster. But when you're actually still making the votes to cheat, it does take time. It does take time.
It's so infuriating that when a candidate runs that presents solutions, this is why I think that Spencer Pratt was so dangerous, because all he wants to do is enforce the law, clean up the city, that'll help bring businesses back, restaurants, retail. I have a question, Chris.
Please. What party is Spencer Pratt? What political party is Spencer Pratt?
He's an independent, and every article wants to use conservative, Republican, MAGA as a smear. He is not any of those things.
And you know what? It shouldn't matter if he is, by the way.
Correct.
LA, if you are just going to vote against Republicans because of they're Republicans, then you deserve to fall into the abyss. And you know what? Maybe a hellmouth in LA is a good idea.
Yeah.
Maybe we should get Angel season 5 on the whole city. Yeah, he's an independent.
Yes.
He said that from the get-go. He's an independent. And we need more independents running. Well, we do.
The media in California is owned by the machine.
Yes.
They call it the machine. You see what's going on with Gavin Newsom. I love it that he seems scared. For the first time you look and it's like, he seems scared because I think he's going to get Swalwelled. The machine is saying, you might be a little too dirty even for us.
Well, you are right. They are protecting him. We know that he has done some terrible stuff, but he's supposedly cleaned up his act.
What I mean is, by being Swalwelled is, like, candidates are not elected. They're appointed. They're
appointed or anointed.
Either one. Either one works. So, and the media is completely a tool of the machine, which does us no favors. That's why in California the media is so hated.
It's hideous.
That's why I've gone down this thing where I just want to watch sports. It's the only thing that's pure, except for maybe the MLB now with all the. This is the month I don't watch baseball at all. No, it's the media is hideous in California. If you don't live there, you don't know. It's not like it's great anywhere else, because broadcast news is broadcast news. They all get their official version of events from the same source. That's why that thing that went out, this is a threat to democracy, that famous video that went out. Yeah.
But it's particularly bad. One thing they did in San Francisco that I noticed, they wouldn't report murders in San Francisco unless it was hideous. But there was murders all the time in San Francisco, but they always reported them in Oakland for some reason. Probably because there's a lot more. But they would always try to, San Francisco's a jewel of a city. It's this wonderful, shining beacon of humanity. It's never been that. It was a cool city at one time, but it's always kind of smelled like piss and shit and death.
Yeah.
Remember Bill Hicks? Remember the Bill Hicks line? Walking around New York City. Is that urine? Is that a dead guy? Did somebody piss on a dead guy? Smell of New York. Hollywood's mass exodus. Why film and TV production is fleeing LA, and what can be done about it? Oh, hey, we're looking for solutions now, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
Hot women and white boys. Okay. Is that what your message is? You throw out this as your solution to save Hollywood? Baywatch remake?
Yeah, it's bad. That's all they got.
It's an interesting image. I like the one yesterday when they were talking to, they used Netflix. They put a big old picture of Netflix in front of the Hollywood sign. I think that told the picture a little more. Now, it'd be better if you showed like some DEI rules in front of the Hollywood sign. Oh my God, they're really talking about Baywatch. What?
Yeah, it's so bad. And this Detroit analogy, I'm sharing the private chat, the X version of this. Roger Avery quote tweeted it, and I'll share that. So this is Hollywood is at risk of becoming Detroit. This is like, as you pointed out, the third article about this. Advocates warn unless the U.S. responds to the 81 countries embracing filmmaking as an economic tool. And our solution is more tax incentives, breaks. But look at this. Let me scroll up. Roger Avery said, since Detroit is the analog, these are the top 3 reasons for the collapse of Detroit's auto industry. Number 1, intense global competition and failure to adapt. Sound familiar?
Yep.
Number 2, decentralization of auto production. Plants moved away. Familiar. And number 3, labor costs, union relations and mismanagement. These 3 reasons, same reason Detroit collapsed is the same reasons Hollywood will.
I think
all 3.
I think the one thing you can add, could it be put under mismanagement, but you have to blame Detroit too. So the city of Detroit at the time thought, they have to make cars here. This is where they make cars. We got them. So we could just start taxing them like crazy. And the bureaucracy, the unions played their part too. And you know what? Early days, they probably needed the unions. I don't know. I wasn't fucking there, but unions are Marxist. They're Marxist. They still use Marxist iconography, terminology. They're Marxist. They are communist organizations. They have little fists up in the air all the time. Like what, it doesn't really work for capitalism. And I think it was Roger in another tweet said, I think it was Roger who said, Hollywood's always been capitalist. Hollywood is a capitalist industry, and California isn't really friendly to capitalist industries anymore. That's why they're all leaving.
Yeah.
No, Hollywood's done. Like there is no going back to what it was before Hollywood. So I want you to just give up that dream right now. There's no way Karen Bass is going to roll everything back to the 90s and let you start filming there for next to nothing, make the permit process completely easy. And the unions, are they going to roll anything back? Are they going to give any concessions whatsoever to make it easier to film in LA? No, they're not. Of course they're not. Why would they? They need to protect their union leaders, not their members. And plus, it doesn't help that Hollywood's shoveled shit at you for the last 10 years too. That doesn't exactly help. So it's never, ever going back to the way it was. Hollywood, as you knew it, is dead. It's gone. And there'll still be some buildings there. And, I think out of tradition, Chris, you'll still have studios there. But like Paramount and Warner Brothers were already thinking about moving their studio to Las Vegas, around Las Vegas, to Henderson, I think, to Nevada. Disney moved to Atlanta, and then they're banning Atlanta right now too, right? They're bailing on Atlanta, and they're going to the UK. And that's the way it's going to be from now on. They're just going to go to whatever country or state gives them the cheapest deal until it's all over. And YouTubers start making YouTubers. If you're making a movie as a YouTuber, man, strike while the iron is hot. Go out there, sell your script. I did see something interesting on Daily, Chris. It was Seth Rogen talking about Superbad. Seth Rogen's a fucking tool, but he did say that back in the day they would just buy a script and tell you, give you a budget and a time frame and say shoot it, and they don't do that anymore. Now you have to have everything set up, which is almost impossible, which also makes things more expensive, I would guess. Why are we starting with Baywatch, Chris? How is Baywatch going to save Hollywood?
Well, they're shooting it here, apparently.
Well, I hope it would be hard to shoot Baywatch in Canada.
But here's the problem. Can you shoot Baywatch in LA and be honest? I don't think you can.
No.
Because if you're honest, the culture that was Baywatch in its heyday doesn't exist.
Yeah.
It's fentanyl zombies, drug addicts, and it's a ghost town with, if you look, that promenade, what is it? Where they 3rd Street Promenade on the west side was this vibrant restaurants and shops, and there were performers, right? There are performers that would gather a crowd. They were selling CDs or doing whatever. And it was like a scene. It was fun to walk down there and see a movie, go to a restaurant, bar hop, whatever. It is dead. Closed shops, druggies, tents. That's it. You cannot make anything in LA. You don't want to show LA now. LA is ugly. It is ugly. It has become, it's a shell. It's a shell of its former self. And so you want to, I mean, look at, the guy showed the clip, the guy who created Doug Ellen, whatever, created Entourage. He helped build up the mythology of LA, Sunset Strip, and none of that exists. And even that, celebrities don't go out like they used to. Why? Social media and cell phones. That has killed being public and having fun, because they, in any moment, they can be caught in a moment and something goes viral. And now, if Entourage, it'd be great to see a modern reboot of it in the reality of what LA is today. That would be a fascinating show. It could rip apart woke and Me Too and BS and the current city. But who would fund that? We saw that clip where he's like, hey, I'm supporting Spencer Pratt because I'm tired of this bullshit.
The Entourage creator. I'm looking for that clip right now.
I can find it for you.
Yeah.
While you go through the article, I'll find it. Yeah.
So yeah, Baywatch is being shot in LA. That's okay. There's layers to this. For one, you're talking about saving Hollywood with a rebooted series that was very of its time from 25 years ago.
Yes.
You're not talking about Obsession, Backrooms. You know, like that's the first thing you should leave with. That's no, we're remaking Baywatch and we're filming it here because it's supposed to be in LA at the beach. I guess I don't know where else you could film it. Australia?
Yeah.
You could probably film Baywatch in Australia. You'd have to, it would be just a bunch of Australian extras with bad American accents, but I guess you could.
Yeah.
Suddenly the show was at risk of becoming the wrong kind of symbol, the one a victim of California's tangle of regulations. No one in power, not Newsom or LA Mayor Karen Bass, wanted to read the headline about Baywatch bailing out Los Angeles when elected leaders are summoned to the Fox lot to smooth things over, and show held all the leverage. After a while, you have to sit down with the right people and say, guys, do you want to have the show here or not? Well, again, you had a guy who was offering solutions for Hollywood specifically, and IATSE came out against him. Yeah. Samuel L. Jackson came out against him. Everybody's for Karen Bass. So you get what you fucking deserve. I knew this would be the outcome. I knew we'd get 3A. I didn't think we'd still be counting the fucking LA mayoral race.
Yeah.
But here we are. Spencer wasn't that far behind Top Ramen last time I checked.
Yeah, and then which would have been fine to go to the general in 5 months. It's so suspicious, dude. I mean, it's unfortunate that Spencer may not. I mean, he's not going to be able to run, but like the fact that it's a farce. It's a complete farce to have all those votes come in, and like we know it's a farce.
Mm-hmm. Los Angeles has been the world's entertainment capital for 100 years and still has an unmatched concentration of talent and infrastructure. That's questionable. But in an age of globalization with easy international travel and communication, the city is losing its edge. It's lost its edge. Losing. I love this. It's lost it. It's gone. There's the UK is becoming the new Hollywood right now, and that boggles my mind.
I don't think there will be a new Hollywood.
No,
there's going to be it's where the money is. I mean, look, Obsession, one of the top grossing movies of this year, was an indie movie made mostly in Burbank for like $750,000. So, I mean, it happens just because the director lives here. So that he made it where he lives. And he, like me, I just was listening to a podcast with him, an interview. I've watched a couple interviews. He just loves movies, loves the industry, is a YouTuber. I can't wait to see a second film, which is about ghost hunters, YouTubers that are ghost hunters. And I found the Doug Ellen clip.
Let's see it.
If you want to watch it,
yeah,
I will play it for you.
LA Times gaslighters. It's weird. one of 15 cameras that I now have at this house. 2 German Shepherds, 3 legal guns. 5 years ago, didn't lock a door here, but you know what happened? 2 animals invaded my house. And no, I'm not racist because they were wearing masks. I don't know if they were white. I don't know if they were Jewish. I don't know if they were fucking rabbis. I know they were animals because they invaded my house. I know I don't care what their excuses are, like a lot of you fucking care. I know invaders of homes should get 20 years, but I'm not paranoid, so I don't believe your bullshit about the stats and the crime because everyone in my neighborhood has got the same problem. They're fucking all putting cameras and hiring security guards because we're all getting broken into. It's not made up. It's not false. And this city has collapsed in the last 5 years. There is no fucking denying it unless you have an agenda, and I don't know what that is. But you say, oops, Spencer Pratt has no experience. So how can we possibly think about this? What experience did Karen Bass have for Rick Caruso, who we know can build things, who we know can fix problems, when you made sure he couldn't win? So right now, you're putting people in the same position that you did with Trump, who I did not vote for, by the way. You put him in by making sure we had no fucking options, okay? And that's where we are in LA, and we want to fix this place because we don't want to be forced out. I'm one of the people who made this city look great. I did it for years. I glorified it. I meet people all the time that moved here because the show that I fucking created, and they hate it here now. Hate.
That's amazing. That rant. I love it. But
so he doesn't know what's behind it. I'll tell you what's behind it. They want you to lose faith in the system. They want to break the system so they can remake it in their image. Period.
Yeah, I believe something evil is happening, and it's starting in the cities. It's when you look at, if you've seen the Seattle mayor and what's happening there, she unveiled this thing where it was like, here's all these homeless things. They look like homeless houses for the homeless. And it was a field of a bunch of these. They look like tool sheds that you buy for $300 and put in your backyard. These are these homes for the homeless. They spend way too much money on. Ridiculous. It's dystopian. And I think what they do, it's starting in the cities, right? New York going through the same collapse. LA, right, may end up being ramen and not Bass. It doesn't matter. Socialist, communist, one or the other. And I think it's going to get so bad that it's like, well, what can we do? We'll accept the worst solution ever. It's a revolution that's happening, slow moving. And we're watching it before our eyes. And it's sickening to me. And I don't know what to do to stop it other than, like I always did, I would just vote. And if my guy lost, to be like, okay, I'll vote next time and we'll see.
I'll be careful with my language. Here's what they want to happen. They want people to get angry. They want people to start breaking things, we'll say. They want that so they can make them look bad and then go, we'll come in to fix this against all these extremists out here and traitors and people who don't believe in fair elections. It was a total fair election. I mean, we saw a precursor of that before. So I don't know how you fix California. They've redistricted it to hell already. Things might not be looking good for Gavin.
Good.
Yeah.
But they're going to install someone that's probably going to be worse. He was always just a tool. He just got greedy. He was a tool who got greedy.
When San Diego fell, you knew you were in trouble. San Diego was a hardcore military town, and it was hardcore red forever. Then it turned purple. Now it's like just full on blue.
Well, it was bad
LA
in the
South.
90s. My experience is going to San Diego Comic-Con. And back in the 90s, the gas lamp was not safe.
No.
And I remember there was a strip club downtown.
Yeah.
I mean, it was seedy.
They did Horton Plaza, right? And they cleaned up the entire area and turned the gas lamp into a tourist destination.
Yeah.
And now it's starting to fall back to where it was back in the early 90s, late 80s. That's when it was bad. Right. When it was really bad.
It was bad.
Yep. So how does Hollywood fix this? Gee, I don't know. You have the same people. It's kind of like the same, if we want to go to Marvel or wherever, you have the same people who created the problem there. And now you're asking them to fix the problem. I don't think the problem's going to get fixed with the people who created the problem and who continue the problem or exacerbate the problem. But man, we can't vote in Spencer Pratt because he's a Nazi. God, they're stupid.
But they use this crazy playbook every time to vilify. It's like hypnosis.
It works with low information voters, which is the vast majority. Look at how many people voted in the election. It's a minuscule amount of people control your lives.
Yeah.
And half of them are probably dead.
Or were paid $2 on Skid Row.
Which is illegal, by the way.
It's weird. Rick Caruso I remember last round, Rick Caruso was winning. I thought, oh my God, he's a businessman, a builder.
There's a 3 a.m. ballot dump.
And there was a ballot dump and he lost.
Mm-hmm.
And how strange history repeats. Where's the outrage and and I'm just tired of the whole thing of he's a MAGA using that as an insult.
Yeah.
It's gotta be, I feel like there's gotta be punch a socialist. Did that ever catch on?
No.
Should it? I mean, I gotta be careful with my words.
We gotta be careful.
I don't mean, I'm just saying that's a
violence physically. Yeah.
It's a bumper. Yeah. But
that would never happen because they believe in it in LA. There are so many communists who believe so much that they'll never admit that they're communists because they know it's a bad sell, but they love it. And who supports it? People like Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
The big mega rich people in LA. You want to know why? Because they're afraid. The same reason they were rooting on BLM from the comfort of their mansions. I'm on your side. Don't burn down my house. They'll still burn down your house, by the way, brother. But that was their motivation behind it.
Well, there's going to be more fires because if you look, the brush in certain areas has not been clean. It's happening by design to drive out certain class of people that they no longer want to provide services for.
Yep. They don't feel they deserve it.
Yeah.
Because they're rich. So, what happens in California is there's cycles of La Nina, El Nino. It rains really hard, like once every 5 or 7 years. And then there's a drought for 5 or 7 years, and everybody claims it's climate change. And then there's a big bad fire or 5, because there is every year during fire seasons because of the Santa Ana winds. And what happened in the Palisades was that was bound to happen. And those winds can get so fast. But the fact that we're going to be going on 2 years, and has that neighborhood have they started to really rebuild that neighborhood?
No, not in any meaningful way.
Yep. And there'll be more fires. Lots more fires.
It just seems on purpose, because if you were competent, shit gets cleaned up like that. When there's a will, and there are no people in leadership with will. In fact, they actively do things against it. When you look at, I troll Gavin Newsom, Karen Bass, Nithya Raman all the time, and they're not serving their constituents. They serve the machine. The machine tells them what to do. And it's just seems completely on purpose to destroy this city and this industry.
If they wanted to rebuild it quickly, they could. They could.
Yes. Again, the will.
The will to do it. There was a bridge right next to the sewer plant in Oakland. So every time you drive into Oakland from San Francisco on the Bay Bridge, the first smell you get is shit because you're going right past a sewage plant. So that bridge burned down, and it's a major artery for the Bay Area. So it was going to fuck things up forever, for so long. So they put the contract out to the typical government places, and they're like, it's going to take a year. It's going to take 2 years. And this private company comes in and goes, we'll do it in a month. And they got it done in a fucking month. They just did it.
This is why it's you look at Elon Musk became a trillionaire, but he created how many millionaires? A guy that was a janitor. Yeah. There was a guy who just was like, I was a welder, whatever. I went to work for SpaceX. Is fine. I worked there. He got stock. He's got like 880 grand in stock. Just, oh, wow, that's cool that I have it. Just
that's great.
He has built value, whereas our elected officials build debt. That's what capitalism lifts people up, and the other direction makes you dependent.
But it's just hard to convince people who don't believe in it and have never really practiced it right? So we have a lot of people who just think Hassan Piker is the way.
Oh God, what a moron!
Yeah. Speaking of consequences, though, like Hollywood is. I mean, we'll get an article like this in 3 more months too, Chris.
Yeah, it's a cycle.
It is a cycle, and the box office overall is decent this year. Like collectively, it's decent this year compared to last year. Certainly, we're still getting, Masters of the Universe flopped, Mandalorian, Grogu flopped, and there'll be more flops. But Toy Story 5 is probably going to make all the money in the world. We talked about it yesterday. There is a good chance that Supergirl could be number 2 in its opening weekend.
Yeah.
That would be crazy. Not saying it's going to happen, but there's a chance.
Nerderotic.com. Please subscribe.